Hi everyone, today we're going to use what we've already know about y equals mx plus b to create a graph of the line. In order to do this, we need to look at the equation carefully and we need to identify the y-intercept, the rise, and the run. Once we've identified each of these key features, we can use them to graph the line. We'll begin by plotting the y-intercept. In the first example, this will be at 1. From there, we will count up for the rise because it's positive 2, and then we'll go right for the run. It's positive 3 in this case. Once we've plotted this point at this new location, we can repeat the count of the slope, rise up 2 and run 3 to the right until we run out of space on our grid. Then we can draw a line through all of the points that we've created. We'll put arrows on each side of the line and label it with the equation of the line, y equals 2 over 3x plus 1. In our second example, we can identify the y-intercept easily. It's negative 2. The rise and the run are a little trickier, however, because in front of the x, all we see is a negative sign. But we know that when there's just a negative sign out front of a variable, that implies a negative 1. So we'll have a rise of negative 1. And since we know that any whole number has a denominator of 1, we'll know that the run will be 1 in this case. Now we can graph the line. We'll begin at negative 2 as the y-intercept, and from there we'll count down 1 for the rise and right 1 for the run. We'll repeat this count as many times as we can until we run out of grid space, and then we'll draw a line through all of our points, put arrows on both ends of the line, and label the line as y equals negative x minus 2. In our third example, we'll begin at a y-intercept of negative 3, and then we will count up 6 for the rise and over 1 for the run. Once again, remember that when you have a whole number in front of your variable x, you'll know that the denominator is automatically a 1. So we'll know that the run is 1 when we have a whole number. In the fourth example, we have an equation of y equals negative 4. In this case, we need to identify that this is a special case line. There's no x in here, and it's some variable equals a number. And we know that when we get equations that look like that aren't in the form y equals mx plus b, that they're special cases. They're either vertical or they're horizontal. X equals lines are vertical lines, y equals lines are horizontal lines. So this is a horizontal line. It'll have a y-intercept of negative 4. Its rise is 0 because it has no steepness, being a horizontal line. And the run is really irrelevant at this point because we will have 0 in front of our x, which will make that part of the equation cancel out. That means our line will cross the y-axis at negative 4, that's our y-intercept, and it will be a horizontal line that goes all the way across our graph as a result.